Hi everyone, you're getting me post-shower today. Today was officially my first time. The house has nobody in it and I went through my showering procedure, and as a result I wanted to record because I've wanted to record the last 2 days and time, I guess, has just gotten away from me, or I've been tuckered. And so I am going to record this and then I am going to rest because I have learned that the showering process is draining both physically and emotionally. And I'm going to get into that in a minute. So again, yesterday was my 1 week anniversary of having surgery. I have learned a lot in this week. I have also learned that I am going to take better care of myself this week as far as rest and recovery and recuperation and eating better and making sure I'm doing all the things that I know I'm supposed to do. So what has gone on in this last week since I saw you? So that was 2-3 days post-surgery, sorry for the shaking, that I checked in, and things got, I don't want to say rough, but reality hit me a little bit. So I think because I felt, even though there was pain, it was tolerable coming out of surgery, and I knew that I was to behave for 2 weeks. It still becomes very easy when you're going from 100 on Monday and surgery on Tuesday, and then you wake up and yes, you're sore and you have to abide by certain things as far as arm lifts and what I can lift and repetitive motion and how I sleep and all that stuff. My legs still work and I could still function. And then I felt, and this is my personality, compelled that when somebody would text me that, don't get up, we're stopping by and dropping something off, which is so sweet, I wanted them to see that I was okay. And even if it was just my son or my oldest or Tom or whatever, I put myself in the community space more often than in a bed. And one person stopped by and asked me if I'd been binging shows, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I haven't. Like, I've been busy. I shouldn't be busy. And even being released to type is after 2 weeks to really be on the computer, and I've typed. I haven't typed writing a lot, but I've typed keeping a journal. I've typed getting my Monday newsletter out. So I've misbehaved slightly. We also threw a party here. I did not, I was restricted, but my oldest had planned it ahead of time before we knew definitively if there was, when the surgery date was, and I wanted that to happen. So I just found my space. It was hard to step back and not be part of, and it was a family party, by the way. I don't want to sound like it was a crazy party. It was a birthday gathering. But here's what I've learned through this whole thing. Since I left you, I think that night I had my first panic attack. The reason being is that I had a nice book on breast cancer care, more than naturopathic stuff. I think I showed it to you. I got reading that on day one, reminding myself what I needed to eat, different things I need to do. I can pat my hand now on going forward and starting to prepare for treatment. I do not even meet with the oncologist until the end of the month, so 4 weeks away, and now 3 weeks away. And all I really needed to do was rest and recover for these, especially these first 2 weeks. There was a lot of tissue disturbed and taken, and I need to rebuild that, and my body needs to be putting the energy toward that versus me running around here. And it took me a week, maybe 6 days to for that to get hammered home. It's not that I didn't take naps, it's not that I didn't rest, but I did not stay in my pajamas. I started you know, getting cleaned up each day and getting dressed and being part of the world, and I didn't need to do that. So that panic attack really came from me reading that stuff, and then, you know, they're listening out there because we give them access on our phones, or things that I was looking up on YouTube, which spurred more of the same or related videos to pop up, and I got into my treatment and what I needed to do for that, and things I needed to start thinking about, and concerns that I may have. The pathology report hadn't even come in, and I got in my head, and we were watching a movie, and I had a panic attack. I had to sit up. Luckily, I have those tools in my toolbox from this journey I've been on, and was able to breathe through it, and it subsided, and I haven't had one since. But I also haven't gone on YouTube, and I haven't read anything else. It was a good lesson in not getting ahead of myself. I think I got a little cocky in how I approached the lead up to surgery. I was so proud of myself for how I handled everything, and I started looking forward instead of just taking it day by day, which is what I need to do in order to allow myself to heal. So there was that, and there was just a lot of people around. And so this week, as the week began, I have regrouped. I have taken good care of myself, and I have taken naps the last couple days. And yeah, so one thing I want to touch on, because I don't want to sugarcoat all this, is that mental part of this journey. For me, as strong as I felt and as cocky as I was, I avoided this. I avoided looking at this. I feared, I guess, for the pain of showering this, and I didn't fully embrace this. I did a great job leading up to this, giving gratitude for what my breasts have done, and you know, and really honoring my body and all that. But I hadn't done that since. So I had a lot of angst. So after this last video, or the last video that you saw, it was time. I had been in the tub, and I'd washed my hair, and I'd washed, you know, my arms and carefully my armpits, because I have to be careful of the stitches, in my lower half, but I had not taken the bra off. It's a compression bra, and I had not done any of that, and I had been given the okay to do it. So finally, at the end of the week, Tom had so nicely gone and gotten more gauze that needs to take off, because there can be a little bit of leaking or oozing out of the stitches because of gravity of where those stitches are, and just the surgery, and that stuff can settle a little bit and come out through the stitches. Not a ton, but they do, and which is lovely. And so it was time for the unveiling. It was time to stand in a warm shower and let that water run over. And I have the most amazing partner, I'm gonna get sappy, in the whole world, who has stood by me through all this. It was a big deal, and for anybody out there that's watching this that has not only had breast cancer and had to have some sort of reconstruction, but for anybody that has chosen to have breast surgery or any other surgery, it's a big deal. And I wasn't anticipating that. So taking this bra off and getting the gauze off for the first time, and seeing all stitches and the bruising is a lot. It's emotional, and it's not just the first day. It's the second time you do it. It's the third time. Today was less, because I now, you know, each time you do something, it gets a little easier, and I have really taken care of myself these last couple days, and done it on my own. I think I needed excited to stand with this new body that I have by myself and embrace it and thank it, and just be ready to move in the right direction with it. So that was tough for me. The good news is that when I did get in the shower, it did not sting. 0%. There was no stinging, which was such a relief. But you know, there's the taking care of it, there's the patting it. You can't just dry off. It's a process to wash the hair. I can't raise my hands up very high. So I have a whole ordeal that I do. And then Tom, I guess he helped for a couple days, and then for a couple days he'd come in, he'd be on standby and put our sprayer back up for me so I could do the washing. And then today was full on my day by myself, which feels good. And it's not as exhausting as it was 5 days ago, but it's still a lot, and I'm learning it's okay to take a step and rest. So yeah, it's been a week. I had my first appointment yesterday with the plastics folks, and it was the nurse, and she just checked it out. Next week will be an appointment with my cancer surgeon with the pathology reports. I'm sure I'll be hearing them this week, and the plastic surgeon is next week as well. So I have 1 week to heal, behave myself. I have upped my green drinks. I need to get my green tea in me. I have upped my lean proteins, and I need to keep going with that. But mostly I just need to chill out. My other struggle the last couple nights is I am about done sitting up sleeping. I just got in my head. I'm ready. I am a side sleeper, and I so just want to turn off my side and sleep. But through this, you have to sit up a little bit. I mean, I lean back, but keep these arms elevated as well. And I just want to roll over. But anyway, there's worse things in life, I guess. And so that's kind of where I am. I'm looking because I made some notes yesterday when I was going to come on, and I just want to make sure I hit everything. Yeah, I think that's it. And the other thing, so yeah, where I am now is at a place of taking care of myself. I canceled a company for today, so I can take care of myself and rest, and I'm doing less. And I'm just really going to allow, instead of me racing around, allow the energy from that to just work on healing and getting the nutrients that I need in my body. I am now to the point that I'm going to release these videos. So I've already recorded them all, so I'm going to start releasing video 1 out in hopes that they help somebody out there either going through this, or somebody that's caring for somebody going through it, or somebody that's about to go through it, or what have you, or somebody that's just following along this journey. So I am dragging this out now, so I'm going to say goodbye. I hope each day I can come back a little back to myself and share good news and share just how it progresses and share the reality of it as well. And yeah, so we get there, right? And so I'm just going to keep setting positive intentions each day and approach my day in that way, because otherwise it can slip by and you can fall into little ruts, and I don't want to be in any ruts. Anyway, take care. Thank you for joining me. I hope this helps whoever may be listening, and I will see you next time.